I always like starting out by saying that I don't consider myself a survivor. I consider myself a lifer. I'm somebody that it just didn't survive it. It's part of who I am and part of my life. You know, what you hear is, they talk about an active lifestyle, maintaining a normal weight. There's all sorts of things they tell you, but some of the things they don't tell you is a lot of the times they just don't know. I'm one of those examples where I did maintain a fairly healthy lifestyle. I exercised, I swam regularly, had a normal, considered to be normal weight. I didn't consume alcohol excessively, a social drinker, didn't have any pre-existing conditions. So they wouldn't have normally picked me out of the screen except for that family history, which is what drove me to be so persistent about my diagnosis. So I would very much say to chase after what you know to be true about yourself and be persistent. Like I said, I had lumps, my mom had it, my sister had it. I kept repeating those things to myself and to the doctors. And even though tests came back normal, mammograms came back normal, ultrasounds came back normal, I persisted and said, I want a biopsy. And they basically said, no, you can't have one. You're all normal tests. And I said, there's no way this is normal. They've got lumps and now they're setting up satellite offices. And so, laughing aside, they reluctantly agreed. And that's where it started. 2 years later, I was diagnosed stage 3. So not stage 0 or 1, stage 3. So that was, again, all about just being persistent and being my own advocate to say, there's no way this is normal. I really need to get to the bottom of that. And I'd recommend that to anybody who is in that situation, is just take care of yourself first. One of the other things I talk about is when I was diagnosed, it's a little scary. It's overwhelming, and you really try to manage and balance that because you don't want to scare your spouse or your partner, you don't want to scare your kids, and you don't want to be scared. You want to get on the right side of it. I think attitude is all about what it's about. Is you gotta say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do what they tell me to do. I'm going to take the treatments. And I'm going to exercise. I'm going to be the person that I always was. This is a part of my journey, and you just got to get on board and get past it. And here I am 10 years past. So I really recommend to women to, stay diligent about your health. Be aware that it is out there. It is a disease that frequently afflicts us. So be wary and do what you can do to prevent. Do what you can do when you get a diagnosis to rise above it. Make it part of your life and your journey. I'm Linda. I'm a breast cancer lifer. I don't consider myself a survivor, and I consider it part of my journey, my life journey. And I reach out to those that have people in their families that are affected by this to continue the fight. I'm a living example that cancer can't